Hi guys, Bobby Gass here. I just got back from the river and there was a pile of guys down there, oh maybe eight or nine, three or four guys I hadn't seen since last year. We had a lot of fun talking, just getting to see each other again and rapping and shit like that. A couple of guys had rods in, about four of them, but it's a little too cold still, right? First thing in the morning, it's like, in the high 20s Fahrenheit, right? Anyhow, on Thursday, I went and got my auction records from Patrick. I had bought one record, eh? And this is how you send them, eh? Patrick knows what he's doing, right? You send them, take a look at this. I don't know if we can get this close up. But if you look there, that's, what the records cost, he says. Three records, $5. So you're not paying tax on it, right? I mean, twice I've had records delivered where I had to pay tax on it, eh? What kind of tax? That tax from one country to another. One time it was $44, and the other time it was $53. You put down the value of the records you're sending, like $5, $10, something like that. Anyhow, oh yeah, right, show you the records. It was an auction, and I only bought one record, actually. I bid on others, but I was always, not enough money. There was one I wanted a lot, right, and I bid 85 on it, but it was too late, and it went for 84. I forget the name of it. Anyhow, so what I bought was, I bought a record of Patrick, the Groundhogs, $26, Bobby Gass. He wrote on the plastic cover, right? And he sent a couple others around it, right? I mean, this Groundhog Records, the reason I wanted this bad, actually. This is their third album, I believe, right? 1970, I think. And when I seen them, and that's why I wanted it, was because I seen them, right? I seen them at a New Year's Zig gig in 1972. And who was on that gig was, let's see inside of it. And it's an original on the Liberty label. That's the OG right there. And I wanted this. I mean, I really like this, right? Because who else was on it? Like, actually, Lighthouse was the first Canadian band, right? They had, I think, about 3 albums. One Fine Morning was a song that was sort of a hit up there. They never made it internationally, but they were big in Canada. They won the Junos in Canada for Best Band in 72, 73, and 74. Skip Procock started the band up. He was the drummer for the Poppers, and then, they started up Lighthouse. But Harry, he showed a Poppers album that it's hard to get up here. And in a video just a little while ago, and I asked him, I says, if you don't like that, I'll take it off your hands. But anyhow, who else was on this thing here was, on that gigs on a night, it was Humble Pie, 72, but that was without Peter Frampton. I seen him a couple of years earlier with Steve Marriott and Frampton. This was, Frampton wasn't on this, at this New Year's gig with Humble Pie, and they were a little more bluesier, a little more rockier without Frampton, right? April Wine was on there too, right? That was another Canadian band. Actually, a couple of Noopies, then they moved to Nova Scotia. They were sort of, half-ass famous, right? In Canada, right? Sha Na Na was there. They played all kinds of times, right? You know how they got their name, Sha Na Na? They got their name from that song "Get a Job" by the Silhouettes. Sha na 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 na, sha na na na, sha na 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 na, sha na na na, sha na 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 na. That's where they got their name from, right? Actually, that movie Woodstock, and in '69. When did it come out? '69 or '70? Anyhow, when it come up, it made them guys famous, and it also sort of started a resurgence of that '50s rock music and them artists from those early days, right? And it was kind of neat, right? Didn't mind it at all, right? And actually, the Groundhogs were the last band at the gig, and I loved them. They were more bluesy than anybody else, and I like the bluesy rock. And actually, in the early '70s, anytime blues guys were coming to England or Europe to tour and stuff like that, they were the backup band for a lot of them. John Lee Hooker comes to mind right off the bat. The Groundhogs, right? These guys right here. That's why I like them a lot, right? And so I paid $26 for that, and I told the guys after the bidding and all of that why I wanted it so much is because I had seen them guys, and I like to get records from bands that I've seen and stuff like that, and so I was kind of happy to get that. And Patrick, being the lad that he is, sent along a couple of fillers, right? I've missed his Friday night shows the last couple of weeks. I've been getting ready for fishing. I'm getting different hours, right? Fishing hours, I call them. Anyhow, what else he sent up here was Stereo Copper of Love. Forever Changes. Got some great songs on this, right? And I didn't have this album, believe it or not. I don't ever see it up around here. And that's on the Mustard Color Electra label. Yeah, I love this, Great album, right? I like this era of music, the garage, psyche stuff in the late '60s. And for the last one he gave me here was Jeff Beck with the Jan Hammer Group live. I love Jeff Beck, man. I've seen him every decade since the '60s. I've seen him progress, right? Well, last time I seen him was 2001 down at Massey Hall. But I've seen him progress. Every time he's better. He's fantastic. He's in the top 3 best guitar players I ever saw, actually. And that's on the Orange Epic. I ain't such a fan of Jan Hammer's music and all that kind of stuff. And but this thing here's got some moments with Jeff Beck in him. It's okay. It's still not my kind of music, though, But Jeff, there's a couple of tunes in here, a couple of passages that are pure Jeff Beck, genius, right? Because that's what he is. Thank you very much, Patrick. You're a gentleman and a scholar. Sorry I missed your show, but fishing, that comes first with me. Before marriage and your health and all kinds of stuff, right? That's number one with me now, fishing. Anyhow, guys, that's what I got off of Patrick's auction. Later. I'll be down the river early tomorrow morning too, right? Be a lot of guys there. I think they might even start barbecuing.